What's up, guys? It's Jay with Bearded Dad Fishing, and we're gonna go over my kayak setup today and kind of some of the things I do. But first of all, look, my daughter gave me this dad joke loading t-shirt for my birthday today. Let me ask y'all, why do birds fly south for the winter? Because it's too far to walk. All right, guys, so this is my kayak. I have an Town Sportsman PDL 120. So it's a 12-foot kayak. Has the pedal drive, which is what the PDL is, right? These kayaks come, they come in a paddle version, the pedal version, and the powered version. So you can get yourself into one of these that has a motor, like the powered by Minn Kota, and they also have the glorious autopilots that come in the 120 and the 136. One day that will be my ride, but right now it's not. This thing is super duper stable. It's 36 inches wide, 12 feet long, and it is solid as a rock, man. You can stand on this so easily, and I'm a big dude. I'm 250 pounds, 6 foot, so if you can be comfortable, if I could be comfortable in this, chances are you could be comfortable in this. Never really have any fears of tipping or anything. Not to say it can't happen, because my first point is going to be get yourself a PFD that is worth its weight in gold, man. So this is the NRS Chinook OS. OS standing for offshore. This thing is literally a lifesaver. Don't get on the water without it. I am as comfortable as a fish when it comes to water. I swim well, whatever, I enjoy it, but I don't get on the water without it, because you never know, man. There's a lot of boaters out there, and while 99% of them are respectable and they know what they're doing, there's always that 1% that doesn't. And I don't have to show you, I'm sure you've seen those videos online of people getting hit by jet skis, getting hit by boats, close calls. Not to mention, if you find yourself in a risky situation with a lot of chops in the water or high wind or whatever, you need to have yourself a decent PFD. It doesn't have to be a fishing one. Again, this one was about $160. Has the pockets. I keep my plastics in there. I keep my license. I have a whistle attached to it. $2 or $3, dude, and this thing can save your life. This little whistle, just to let people know if you do get yourself in a pickle. Totally worth it. Got my little line cutters attached to it too. And the OS comes with 2 clips to attach a safety knife or a marine radio or something like that. I don't have either of those. I don't really fish big waters, but if you do, it might be something that you need. So Leviathan has some good life jackets. Old Town has a good one. Stolquist has a couple, and you can go with other ones, like other brands that are a little bit cheaper, like Onyx, or even the ones that are not fishing PFDs that don't have all the pockets. The point is that you get yourself on the water and that you're safe. Priority number 1, come home and be safe out there. Fishing is secondary. All right, so as far as order of importance, and I apologize, I'm a little sniffly because it's cold out here. It's like 45 degrees in March, Eastern PA. I'd rather be down in South Carolina. But second thing that is totally worth its weight in gold is this kayak cart. So this is a Wilderness Systems kayak cart. This thing can haul 350 pounds easily, right? So you need just to get yourself something good, especially if you got a big heavy fishing kayak like I do. This thing with that, like bare, just with its drive and the actual kayak itself, is 105 pounds, right? So it's not super easy. It's big and cumbersome and like awkward to hold. So you need something that's going to get you to the water quickly and without breaking your back. You can find a ton of videos online for do-it-yourself kayaks, kayak carts, sorry, and they're okay. I mean, some of them work, right? If you got a 50-pound, 65-pound kayak, then yeah, you can do with a little DIY setup. But if you want something that's really made for transporting a lot of weight around, that you can't beat this thing, right? Obviously, I don't have near enough subscribers to be endorsed by Wilderness Systems, but I totally vouch for this thing. It's adjustable, so these 2 bars fit right in between the hull. and hold it just fine. They do come with a beach wheels version for, I think it's an extra 40 bucks or so. So they're big fat inflated ones for if you're launching off sand. I don't typically ever go off sand, so I don't really need that. But get yourself a good kayak cart. Malone Wide Tracks is another one. That one's actually recommended by Old Town, and that one is good from all accounts of what I've heard. I'm just showing you what I know, and that thing is life. All right, thirdly is this kayak milk crate. So I have a video where I constructed this, and I'll post a link somewhere around here for that, for how I made this. It's very simple. It's 2 pieces of crates, 1 cut down for a lid. I keep all my lures in here organized, right? I keep my cutters and my scale down there, some sunblock and bug spray. And up here I keep a sun hat and a rain jacket, and those things stay in place, and it gives me a great place to organize everything, right? The key is organization. If you just throw a bunch of loose plastic bags in there or whatever, it's not going to be near as easy to access everything. Hold your rods in place just fine. I can fit 4 rods in there. I will probably be adding 2 more rod holders for as my collection expands. Okay, next is get yourself a good net. So this is, I got it at Bass Pro in the clearance bin for 25 bucks last year, which was an absolute steal. I keep this in my rear rod holder, and very easy to deploy from the seated position. It's not very far from me, so I can easily just swoop around, grab it, and swoop my fish. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Next, I added a seat cushion for my tush. So this can be for long trips on the water. These seats are all right, but you just add a little more cushion for your comfort. And this is just one of those kneeling pads for gardening. It was $14 at a hardware store, and it's awesome. Took a lot of pressure off my lower back, which is also why I added this seat riser. And this is just a simple 2x4 with some zip ties attaching it to the seat. Cheap, obviously, for free. You have some 2x4s laying around. Definitely worth it. And back here I just added my Ketch Board, which I tethered to my seat because you don't want to lose a $75 piece of equipment if you don't have to. Ketch boards, for the most part, I mean, if you're tournament fishing in a kayak, which I will be this year, you need one of these. Ketch is certified by a lot of the tournaments. Hog Trough makes some awesome ones as well, and you could certainly get one from Bass Pro or Cabela's, and they'll be fine as well, but they are not certified in a lot of tournaments. So coming around to the other side, I have my paddle here. Now this is just a $20 paddle from Walmart Ozark Trail, right? If you have yourself a pedal kayak, you don't need to spend big bucks on a paddle. I use it, I don't know, a couple minutes every time I'm out. Most of the times it's just to get off the kayak launch. I use it, I just push myself on the water. However, I have used it several times last year getting caught up in some weeds. So I found myself in an area with really high vegetation, and it was just clogging up my prop really nasty. And every time I'd clear it out, put it back in, 10 seconds later I was doing the same thing, and I couldn't go anywhere fast. So get yourself a paddle. Doesn't have to be the greatest thing if you have a pedal drive. However, if your main mode of transportation is a paddle, then you want to invest in something light, composite material, something that will move you around a lot faster. So that's where your investment lies. It just depends on how often you're using it. I also have my Garmin Fish Finder. This unit is a UHD 93 SV, so it has the side scan, it has the down imaging, and maps as well. So I put this on with, let me get a better angle here, with a YakAttack universal mount, and this thing is sweet, man. It just pops right out if you need it to, and put it back in. So I did add this this handle mount here is a Navarre fishing kayak handle mount, and it's specifically for the Old Town kayaks, but it was very easy to put on. I think it was 20 bucks, and it allows you to put an attachment like this on there. Some people also put their rod holders on there, which I have mine right in the front here, right on the rail. But the great thing is, if I want to switch my maps, my finder is over here, because it's the YakAttack lock and load. It just, you can switch from one to the other real easy. It's a breeze, really. And that's all there is to it. It's really simple. I also have another YakAttack camera mount up here, so that's where I typically put my GoPro when I'm on the move and recording on the water. The way I attached this one was I had to add a rail back here because they don't typically come back here. I believe they do in the autopilot version, but not the PDLs. Install was super simple. I'll also post a video to the install I did last year, and it was very simple and not as anxiety inducing as I thought it may be, drilling 14 holes into the kayak. Another quick mod I added was these decals. Obviously not something you need for fishing, but something that is still very important to me. Luis Roque was my grandfather, deep sea fisherman from Puerto Rico. Everything that I've thought about fishermen came from that guy, who used to catch red snappers off of the coast of PR and sell them to support his family, amongst other things. I learned from him. And secondly, my brother Papo, rest in peace, passed away at the end of 2020, and he lived on the beach, man. He was the definition of a beach bum in the best way possible. He loved being out on the water, loved fishing, loved boating, loved all that stuff, man. So that makes those two modifications to my kayak the most important over all this other stuff. And they're easy to add, they're easy to apply. You can go to any sign shop and get them for 20, 30, 40 bucks, depending on what you want. And it sticks really well to this material. So I recommend it if you want to personalize it, add a boat name or something like that. So that's my setup. It's what works for me. Some stuff I picked up from the internets, the YouTubes, you know, and just a couple mods, you know what I mean, that I added on there. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you do for your fishing kayaks that I don't have on here? Something that I have that you don't like on here? And just let me know. Put it down in the comments below. And I'd love to see some ideas, some things that I can add and make this kayak better and sicker than ever. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate you guys watching this. Please like, share this video, and subscribe below. Ring the little bell like everyone says. That way you get notifications when I post. I try to post a couple times a month, so every 2 or 3 weeks I try to post. Trying to get more regular with it, and I will, I promise. So I appreciate the love. Again, peace and God bless.